Welcome back everyone to another episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 3. We are going to once again spend some time in the Gummi phone, basically reading codex stuff. So as usual, if you are not interested in codexes, you are more than welcome to skip this video and go right into the next one, because I'm not actually going to be doing gameplay stuff, I'm just going to be reading a bunch of things. So, cool. Yeah, there's a lot of emblems that I never found. And I didn't find any in San Francisco except for one. That's kind of sad. But, anyway, let's go continue reading the story as of right now. Arendelle. We next found ourselves on a freezing, snow-covered mountainside while battling the cold and the heartless. Sora saw a woman run across the frozen sea and up the mountain. We decided to go after her. As she introduced herself as Queen Elsa of Arendelle, we were suddenly ambushed by more Heartless. Elsa wiped one of them out with a magical blast of ice. It was that power, and the possibility that she might hurt someone with it, that had convinced Elsa she must leave her kingdom behind. She ran from us, asking to be left alone, but her sadness and selflessness struck a chord with Sora. It was then that a member of Organization 13, going by Larxene, appeared and tried to trap us in a winding, wintry maze. Yeah, that was kind of annoying. We escaped and followed Elsa's trail up the North Mountain, where we watched in awe as she constructed a magnificent palace of ice. You forgot to mention while singing a bit of a ditty, I suppose. But again, Larxene prevented us from speaking with Elsa. It turned out that the organization has been observing Elsa to see if she might be one of the new 7 Hearts. Before we knew it, Larxene had flung us back down the slopes, where we found ourselves caught in a massive avalanche. Caught in an avalanche. Whoa, caught in an avalanche. Soon after digging ourselves out of the snow, we made some new friends. A walking, talking snowman named Olaf, Elsa's younger sister Anna, Kristoff, her hunky-dory guide, and Sven, Kristoff's reindeer companion. We didn't really do much with Sven. Anna came up to the mountain to find Elsa and put an end to the unnatural winter affecting Arendelle. She told Sora about her childhood and how she and her sister grew apart. Elsa's choice to live in solitude to protect her sister reminded Sora of Riku's actions in the past. When a pack of Heartless attacked, we told Anna and her friends to hurry on to Elsa's palace while we handled the threat. After getting bounced from the palace gates by an enormous ice creature, a frustrated Anna fought back, an act that literally snowballed into a full-blown panic. We tried to buy time for her and the others to escape, but we were backed up against a cliff that crumbled beneath us. Falling down the mountain was starting to become routine. Sora was determined to speak to Elsa, but on the way back to the Ice Palace, he saw a suspicious man carrying her towards Arendelle. Further along, we crossed paths with the ice creature we'd battled before. Sora realized he was trying to save Elsa too, so we all joined forces and made our way towards the town. We soon learned from Kristoff that Anna was in danger too. Time was running out. As Kristoff and Sven ran ahead, we did our best to keep pace, crossing the icy sea with the help of our big snow pal. We watched helplessly as Anna stepped in to defend her sister and turned to solid ice. A powerful Heartless took shape from the darkness in the man who would attack them, knowing only we could stop it. We stepped in and did our small part to defend Arendelle. Then we watched in wonder as Anna thawed. It was her selfless act of true love for her sister that dispelled the magic. Elsa in turn realized she could control her magic with that same love. Each of them proved to be one of the new 7 Hearts. We still didn't have all 7 of our guardians, but Larxene claimed the organization was all but ready for the final clash. We knew Elsa and Anna's happiness would be short-lived if we didn't gather our numbers, and soon. I'll read about the Caribbean when we're done. Or the Caribbean. San Francisco. Not long after arriving in San Francisco, we met a team of crime-fighting heroes called Big Hero 6. After a near defeat against the Heartless, the team's leader, Hero, gave Sora an AR device and asked him to train with them. By collecting Sora's data, Hero would be able to upgrade everyone's abilities and gain the upper hand against the Heartless. Always eager to help, Keyblade Hero 3 took to the streets with their new friends. By joining forces, Sora, Goofy, and the Big Hero 6 team successfully put the Heartless to rout. As we celebrated, Hero explained that Baymax was originally a healthcare robot created by his late brother, Tadashi. May the Maker rest his soul. And that the Big Hero 6 team had come together to fulfill Tadashi's dream of helping others. Seeing the connection Hero and his friends shared reminded Sora of the bond between Roxas and his friends, Hayner, Pence, and Olette. A new threat appeared in San Francisco, the Dark Cubes. They were immune to all forms of attack, and Hiro's analysis revealed that they could only be affected by attacking the core unit controlling the swarm. As Hiro worked to track that core, the scattered dark cubes threatened the other members of Big Hero 6 before converging on a single location. A figure appeared dressed in a black coat. It was Riku, or at least what looked like a younger Riku, but this dark Riku turned out to be a replica. He admitted the organization was behind the dark cubes and was employing them to investigate the possibility of recreating a heart from data by using the first chip Hiro made for Baymax. Though the heroes were able to defeat the dark cube's core, Dark Riku's words left Sora and Hiro especially shaken. Hiro explained that the current Baymax is actually the second iteration of the robot that his brother Tadashi originally created. That meant the chip in Dark Riku's possession must be from the first Baymax, who was lost in another dimension. We confronted Dark Riku atop a skyscraper and watched in horror as he summoned the original Baymax, installed the combat chip containing the negative emotions the Dark Cubes had gathered, and transformed Tadashi's gentle robot into an instrument of war. I just realized, because it's been forever since I've watched Big Hero 6, I just realized now that in the movie, I believe the original Baymax did actually get lost in another dimension. So it isn't just for this game. But it is cool. I wonder if it is canon that there's now 2 Baymaxes. Sora saw how hard it was for the hero. Dark Baymax needed to be stopped, but Hiro's friend was still in there somewhere, beneath all the darkness. Bravely, Sora volunteered to step up in Hiro's place, and he and Baymax 2.0 took flight to remove this new threat from San Francisco skies. Hiro destroyed the chip, and with that, Dark Baymax is no more. Thankfully, though, that's not the end of our story. Hiro repaired his old friend so that the original Baymax could go back on duty as a personal healthcare companion. Right, like couldn't he just like make a new chip and just copy over the data from the other Baymax? I mean, that didn't seem like it was a big deal. All of us were overjoyed, and we joined Big Hero 6 in giving their old friend a warm, heartfelt welcome. And the 100-acre wood. Back aboard the Gummi ship, we received a call from Chip and Dale. They said the wizard Merlin wanted to speak with Sora for some reason. We headed to Twilight Town, where we suspected he might be having a spot of tea. Sure enough, we found Merlin at Little Chef's Bistro. The wizard produced a picture book, the very book containing the world of Winnie the Pooh and his friends. Sora should have been a familiar face in the 100-acre wood, but for some reason his picture had vanished from the book's cover. Sora decided to pay the wood a visit and figure out what exactly might be going on. "You're home," said Pooh as he and all his friends welcomed Sora back. Everyone seemed to be safe and happy as they gathered at Rabbit's house, and so Sora was all but ready to go. But before he could, he was roped into helping Rabbit with the garden work. Once the last of the harvest was in, Rabbit presented an overjoyed Pooh Bear with a pot full of honey, but Pooh's next remarks troubled Sora greatly. Sora realized that Pooh had forgotten him briefly, and that meant their connection had weakened somehow, or been weakened. Since the last time he'd seen Pooh, Sora had nearly become Xehanort's vessel. What other connections had been broken in the process? Merlin reminded him, with a smile, that what is lost can always be found again. Cool. More character files. Kairi. Kairi now trains with Leah as a Keyblade wielder herself to prepare for the final battle ahead. Axel Leah. A Keyblade wielder. After regaining his humanity, Leah joined forces with Sora and the other Guardians of Light, but through difficult training he learned to summon and wield a Keyblade. Okay. Demyx. Despite his destruction at Sora's hands, Demyx has returned. He spends most of his time tuning his sitar, and his demeanor makes it extremely difficult to believe he's part of anything untoward. Luxord. He is a lover of games, and sometimes even prioritizes them over his organization duties, and he is arguably the hottest member of the Organization 13. Despite his destruction at Sora's hands, Luxord has returned. Larxene. Despite her destruction at Sora's hands, Larxene has returned to keep tabs on the new 7 hearts, whom the organization may need should their original plan go awry. Dark Riku. He looks exactly like Riku, except a year younger, and he wears an organization's black coat. He looks a year younger. Haha. That'd be hard for me to determine. Stitch. Lilo and Stitch 2002. A friend that answered Sora's call through the power of the Heartbinder. Arendelle. Elsa. Frozen 2013. Arendelle is queen and a wielder of powerful ice magic unlike any we've seen. We saw her leave her old home behind and run up the North Mountain. Anna's older sister. A quarrel with Anna on her coronation day resulted in Elsa unleashing the ice magic she'd been keeping hidden, and Elsa fled the castle. Anna, Elsa's younger sister. A random encounter brought her and Kristoff together, and together they pledged to end the unnatural winter plaguing Arendelle. Olaf, a walking, talking snowman brought to life by Elsa's magic. After meeting Anna, Kristoff, and the rest of us, Olaf led us to the Ice Palace. Kristoff, a young iceman who is never apart from his reindeer friend Sven. A random encounter brought him and Anna together, and together they pledged to end the unnatural winter plaguing Arendelle. Sven, Kristoff's reindeer friend. To say he loves carrots would be an understatement. Marshmallow, a fearsome sentinel that protects Elsa. He was created by her magic. Hans, a young man we saw taking Elsa away from the Ice Palace. Darkness seems to have a hold on him. Alright. I'll go to the Caribbean when we're done with the Caribbean. San Francisco. This is Sora wearing the AR device he received in San Francisco. Hiro Hamada, Big Hero 6 2014. A boy genius living in San Francisco, and a member of Big Hero 6. After Hiro presented the microbots he invented, events took a turn for the tragic, and he lost his brother Tadashi. Together with Tadashi's friends and his brother's robot Baymax, Hiro got to the bottom of that incident, and now the team continues to keep the peace as Big Hero 6. Baymax, a member of Big Hero 6. He was originally a healthcare robot developed by Hiro's older brother, Tadashi, but with the addition of combat data and an armored suit, Hiro upgraded him to Baymax 2.0. Gogo Tomago, Tadashi's college friend and a member of Big Hero 6. Gogo's suit functionally centers around a unique electromagnetic suspension system. Honey Lemon, Big Hero 6. I always wondered if Honey Lemon actually was the name she was born with. Did her parents actually call her Honey Lemon? Or is that a name that she kind of gave herself later as a nickname? Tadashi's college friend and a member of Big Hero 6. Honey Lemon's special purse allows her to quickly create chem balls, containing a variety of unique chemical compounds. Wasabi! Again, is his name actually Wasabi? Tadashi's college friend and a member of Big Hero 6. Wasabi's suit gives him access to laser-induced plasma blades. Fred. Tadashi's college friend and a member of Big Hero 6. While not technically a student, Fred is a familiar face around campus. His suit is a kaiju costume heavily influenced by his personal tastes. But it doesn't have... What abilities does Fred actually have, other than being related to a very important person? Which you would know if you watched the movie. Dark Baymax. The original Baymax. He was retrieved from another dimension in a mantle of dark cubes. His program chip loaded with data from the hearts of the people the dark cubes attacked. Okay. 100 Acre Wood. Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, 1966. A friendly bear who lives inside a great big tree in the 100 Acre Wood. He loves to eat, especially if there's honey to be had. Piglet, Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day, 1968. Pooh's dearest friend in the 100 Acre Wood. Piglet is timid and startled by just about anything. Rabbit, Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, 1966. A devoted farmer who lives in the 100 Acre Wood. Pooh frequently drops by to eat all his honey, much to Rabbit's annoyance. Tigger, Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day, 1968. An energetic personality who lives in the 100 Acre Wood. He loves to bounce and has a tendency to get carried away and cause trouble for others, but he means no harm. Roo, Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, 1966. Kanga's son. He loves Tigger, and the two spend lots of time practicing their bouncing together. Roo is the first in the 100 Acre Wood to befriend Lumpy. Lumpy is actually a character that I never, officially met or learned his origin story. Yeah. Pooh's Heffalump movie. Oh, he's a Heffalump. 2005, I never saw that. A young Heffalump who lives near the edge of the 100 Acre Wood. After he met Roo and the two became friends, Lumpy comes by to visit and play all the time. That's cool that they have a Heffalump. Although, what about Woozles? Is there not a Woozle friend that they can have? Gopher. Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, 1966. A hard worker who lives in the 100 Acre Wood. He's an expert digger and can usually be found either burying a hole or falling into one, or whistling. He's got that signature whistle of his, that Gopher guy. Okay, adversaries. High Soldier. Defeated. These are more or less like vanilla soldiers, except way angrier. Helmed Body. Basically, your garden variety large body. If your garden is full of extra aggressive monsters, which would raise more questions than it answers, really. Vitality Popcat. Smash these green Popcats to get at the bounty of HP prizes inside. Refreshing. Magic Popcat. Smash these blue Popcats to get at the bounty of magic point prizes inside. Energizing. Oh, HP prizes and magic point prizes. Focus Popcat. Smash these red Popcats to get to the bounty of focus prize inside. Invigorating. Metal Troll. Imagine a rock troll that's always hungry. Yep, that's this guy. Mechanitor. Face it, some satyrs are haters, and this is what they look like. Satyr's gonna say it. Haters gonna hate. Okay, Winter Horde. A buck that chucks ice as it leaps and bounds. Fire magic will blast those frosty antlers clean off, making the fight a lot easier. Just don't go slinging blizzard spells at it, or that rack will come back. Oh, cool. He's got quite a rack. That's for sure. Frost Serpent, a skeletal serpent soaring on wings of snowpack. With a simple spin of his body, it gives rise to icy whirlwinds that gnash and rend all before it. Sound imposing? Bust those wings and it's just a snake with arms. That doesn't mean it's entirely toothless on the ground. It can still burrow beneath Sora and his buddies and stab its tail upwards. When you see it dive, look away. Vaporfly. These flying fiends will dart at you with guns blazing, but they can only attack head-on. Turns out shooting too straight is a weakness. They may be easy to dodge, but they're not easy to hit. Don't hold back with that magic. Sea Sprite. If you want to know these fickle fishes' weakness, keep an eye on their color. Just remember this handy rhyme. If it's blue, thunder hits true. If it's red, blizzard instead. If it's yellow, something fire. Keep blasting them with their elemental weakness and they'll go belly up in no time. Again, seriously, the people who wrote these, these adversary codexes are on their A game. Anchor Rider. This swashbuckler's anchor can hook onto thin air. That's pretty impressive. Don't watch the anchor though. It's that extending chain and sharp saber you need to be ready for. Instead of trying to keep up with it, try letting your magic do the chasing for you. Tire Blade. One monster, two modes, all trouble. In their aerial form, they'll flit about on blade wings, slashing at you whenever they get the chance. In their ground form, they'll lob rockets your way. Watch the target on the ground. When it turns red, that's your cue to bail. Okay. Skull. A lupine heartless that rose from the darkness, consuming Hans's heart. Wolves hunted packs, and this monstrosity was no exception. It summoned a horde of phantom packmates and transformed into a darkness so vast it blotted out the entire sky. Okay. Garurumon. Yes, Garurumon. Raging Vulture. Freshly escaped from Davy Jones's locker, Sora, Jack, and the others were all set to celebrate until this oversized wet blanket on wings flapped in to ruin the moment. And I suppose an epic air skirmish high above the Black Pearl was one way to mark the occasion. Dark Cubes. A shape-shifting swarm of nasty bots that terrorized the streets of San Francisco. Who are they terrorizing? Nobody was in San Francisco. There's no population there, apparently. If Hero hadn't pinpointed the location of the core unit controlling the rest, these baleful boxes might have spelled the end for Sora and Big Hero 6. Catastrocorus. That's Greymon. What's worse than a Heartless? Try 3 of them fused into one weird body. Stomping feet and gnashing teeth, an active volcano spewing fire, plus a thundercloud tail raining lightning bolts left and right added up to one bad day in San Francisco. That's still Greymon, and I'm sticking to it. Ninja. Lightning quick martial arts? Razor sharp kunai? Phantom clones? Oh yeah, that's a ninja. Those clones do look mighty convincing, but a fake's a fake. Stay cool, watch closely, and spot the real deal. Then give them the chop. The clones. Send in the clones. And a whole bunch of treasures. And we've got a recipe collection. Yes. And we still need to get more. And Clockwork Shield. All of these were synthesized. And we got our game record. Okay. So that's it. Nicely finished, quick and easy codex here. thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching this episode. And I will see you with more gameplay in the next video. Until then, love yourselves and love each other.